My name is Anina. Welcome here. Why Anina? Anina because, first of all, I thought I should have a pen name. And also because, well, I fell in love with Chinese culture at one point in time. And that's the name I used when I was writing my HSK, Understand the Chinese Language Proficiency Test, yeah? So that's the name they gave me. And I thought it was a beautiful name. So I used it. Weird, right? I got into creative writing pretty much as a test, you see. Um, I started with novels. I didn't even know I had it in me. It's quite interesting what you discover in yourself when you just give yourself the time. So it really started with short stories. Yeah, I had a partner in crime. Maybe you'll hear about him later. And I wrote a couple of stories that actually seduced a few people, and they told me I had a hand for it. So I said, why not? So eventually, I met these other people, among whom Nathaniel Ajo, and he was like, I want to try something. I want to write comic books. Do you think you could do that? And I was like, why not? So here I was, writing Aliyah. And that's how I found myself here. My stories are inspired by pretty much day-to-day life and my imagination. Sometimes you live through things, or you hear people say things, or you even read a tweet, and there you go. Something just buzzes in your mind, and you're like, go write it. And you just go and you're pouring all these ideas down, and then at some point it starts to make sense, and then you're like, I can make a story out of this, and then you write. So I can't really say I have a process. Like, really, it's just a light bulb moment. It just happens. I'm reading something or listening to people talk, or just realizing that it is something that I relate to while watching something, and I say to myself, why not make a story about it? That's pretty much what happened with Aliyah. Aliyah was really about me thinking about my origins, my family, my mom, and myself, and then I was like, yeah, do it, and add some lies to it. That's called fantasy. So yeah, that's what pretty much the creative process is. Just think, hear, listen, and create. I can't really say I have a specific genre when I am writing. Inspiration comes when it comes and how it comes. You can't really decide how it's gonna come. So I can't really say I have a specific genre. Sometimes I go for romance, sometimes I go for sci-fi, sometimes I go for, anything. It's really about how inspired you are. I think that it's really more about the story and the way you want it to go. However, if I were to say that I am inspired by what I read, then maybe I would say I'm very much into investigative stories, which is pretty much what I like. Matter of fact, the type of comics I love reading are pretty much investigative, the likes of Largo Winch by Dupuis. But I also like other romantic stuff that boys don't like the webtoon kind of thingies. Very girly. I mean, I'm a girl, right? I'm not just a creative writer, I am a translator for Zebra. And it's, well, it's not easy to handle both because you have to produce and produce. You have to create and produce. The translation process I can talk about is really long. You just have to get in the mind of the writer and really translate the idea he's trying to give. But I think it's quite gratifying because you somehow are a writer yourself. I also think that it's important to make as many people as possible to have access to this. So Zebra is going to be producing in English, French for now, but also later on in Chinese and Spanish and German.